Nick and Luna file for divorce on the day of their wedding, stating that he doesn't care who the father is as long as Luna gets pregnant, and that the only person he has in mind is Cassiel. At the bar, Edward is invited by Luna to spend the night while hiding from the killer. Edward recognized Luna as the person who had saved his life in the underground boxing ring all those years ago. At the hotel, he takes Luna into his arms, and they kiss each other passionately. The next day, Luna asks Edward to be her lover. Luna asks Nick for money to keep Edward. Edward refuses because she is married and Luna claims to be divorced. A subordinate calls. The killer has been solved, and there is an important contract waiting for Edward to sign. Nick's grandfather warns Nick via video call that he can't betray Luna, who covers for Nick. After the call ends, Cassiel flies to Nick and pouts about wanting to go abroad. Nick pays for Luna to come along and continue to cover for him. Happy with the money, Luna returns to the hotel to find that Edward has disappeared. A few days later, Edward learns through his men that Luna is abroad. In the bar, Cassiel verbally insults Luna and is slapped by Luna. Outside the bar room, Luna is reflecting on the decline of her family and, as a result, her own huge debts, her father's imprisonment, and her mother's death by jumping off a building. About to look down for a cigarette, it is taken away by Edward. The two flirted in the aisle, and Edward invited Luna to spend the night. In the private room, Cassiel aggressively cried to Nick about being slapped in the face. Nick called Luna to make an accusation, and Edward got through to tell Nick that Luna was in the shower. Nick is going after Luna, and Cassiel stops being pushed back. Luna gets Edward to sign the maintenance agreement. The two are making out when the police show up claiming to have received a report of illegal trading going on here. The two are detained for not knowing Edward's name. Inside the holding cell, Edward claims that someone will be here to free them in 10 seconds. Sure enough, right away the officers tell Edward to get out, and his subordinates explain that inside is their future wife, and the officers rush back to let Luna out. Nick frantically questions Luna about who the man is, and when he can't get results, the two have to pretend to be a couple and go home together. When they get home, Cassiel cries about Nick abandoning her, and Nick follows up by telling Luna to apologize. They tell Luna to kowtow and apologize, and the two are beaten up by Luna. Luna calls Edward about continuing the night together. Nick calls right after and asks Luna where she is, and is reprimanded by Luna. The two spend the night kissing and lingering wildly. In the morning, they wake up to a phone call from Nick, who drunkenly tells Luna that there is an auction that she needs to show up for, and that $2 million will get her to show up once. Outside the auction house, Lucy runs into Edward, thinking he's here to find a rich woman. Lucy warns Edward not to look for other women. They are under contract. Watching the Nick duo in the distance, the two sneak behind and kiss. After the two Nicks left, Luna claimed that the behavior was too exciting, and the two continued to kiss for a while. Edward suddenly got a straight face and asked to have a talk with Luna, who claimed that it was okay to talk about money but not love. Luna arrives at the auction house, and Nick asks where she's been. Nick then buys a $10 million bracelet for Cassie, who goes crazy showing it off to Luna when she gets her hands on it. She also tells Nick to buy Luna a bag later to make up for it. Nick taunts Luna that even if he buys her a bag, she doesn't deserve it. At this point, the bidding comes down to the pink diamonds, which are also very expensive, and after Luna's fanning of the flames, Nick bites the bullet and raises his hand to bid. Through Nick's bidding at the auction, Luna probably learned about Nick's money. The price of the pink diamond came to $50 million now. At this time, the second floor VIP room bid $100 million and successfully obtained the pink diamond. Cassiel is again showing off the necklace on her hand and taunting Luna. Edward's subordinate tells the room that the pink diamond bracelet is for the nicest person, and Cassiel, thinking it's for her, stands up as he passes her and asks if it's for her. Cassiel was just about to reach for it when he was dodged and humiliated. The subordinate respectfully handed the bracelet to Luna and was stopped by Nick from taking it. The subordinate revealed that Nick's mistress was Cassiel, and the reporters rushed forward to interview her. Nick angrily questioned Luna if she had gotten the reporter, which Luna denied. The two argued, and Nick demanded that Luna cut ties with Edward, claiming that he could give her a child, which Cassiel happened to overhear. Cassiel was noisy and loud at Nick, and Nick explained that he was asking Luna to go through IVF before Cassiel softly apologized to Nick, saying that she cared too much about Nick to be like that. Luna, meanwhile, peels her melon and watches the fun. The scene of the three arguing is seen by a passerby who points at Nick and Cahill. After they leave, Edward appears and Luna asks if the bracelet is from him, but Edward denies it. Edward gives Luna a personally designed ring for her birthday. Luna happily makes a wish that her debt will be paid off sooner, her family will be released from prison, and she will be able to leave Nick's family. Edward took the opportunity to kiss Luna and give her a pink maid's outfit, and Edward carried Luna to her room. Luna nips Edward's ear affectionately, wondering why he's up so early. Told by Edward that he was on a video conference, Luna sheepishly hid. Reacting to the fact that Edward seems to have a serious job, then why would he agree to be adopted by her? Edward explained it was a meeting organized by their industry, and he had something to get out of later. Luna lay in bed and continued to reminisce about their crazy night, getting more and more shy the more she thought about it. Nick threw out Luna's luggage and said that he didn't need her to continue to follow, and that he would pay Luna as he had. Luna receives the money and happily drags her suitcase away. In the room, Luna waits for Edward, but waits for him who is injured. After bandaging Edward's wounds and the thermometer measuring that Edward still has a fever, Edward is able to talk and laugh about his confession. Luna tells herself that this is a tactic of their team and not to be seduced by flowery words. Nick has a stomach ache that Luna used to take care of a long time ago when their relationship wasn't so bad. The subordinate tells him that Luna used to make all the effective medicines herself, and Nick recalls the harmonious days with Luna. Edward's fever has gone down, and Luna receives a call from Nick asking her to go back to China. Luna says that she has to obey her boss's request. Edward braces himself to take Luna back to his country, and the two kiss goodbye when Nick and the others see them. After Edward drives off, Nick goes up to Luna and confronts her, telling them to stop dating, or else she'll take action against her family, who are still in jail, and Luna threatens Nick that she'll tell Nick's grandfather everything if he dares. The two of them, Nick and Luna, went back to the old mansion together to meet their elders, and Cassiel came along with them. Nick's mother intimately pulled Luna into a conversation and humiliated Cassiel in front of him. When the men returned home, Nick's grandfather told Nick to get on his knees and to cut ties with the other women around him or get out of the house. Luna can't help but vomit, and the guys guess that she's pregnant and tell Nick to go with Luna to get checked out. Nick thought that Luna was deliberately pretending to be pregnant in order to help him. Going to the hospital, the doctor informs Luna that she is pregnant. For a moment she freezes, unsure if she can handle the responsibility of being a mother. Edward sneaks into Luna's house, and it turns out that Luna is the one who sent the message to break things off with Edward, and Luna pretends to love Nick enough to return to the family. Edward warns Luna that she shouldn't have messed with him in the first place and picks her up. During the kiss between the two, Nick and Cahill arrived. The two came into the room and listened to what Nick and Cassiel were saying. Cahill wanted to sleep in the same room as Nick, and Nick claimed that he wanted to wait until he was married to sleep in the same room. Hearing Luna's voice, Nick goes to knock on the door, thinking that Luna still cares about him, and tells Luna that Cassiel is staying at the house as of today. Luna tells Nick to get the hell out, and then continues to linger with Edward. Nick saw Luna come down from her room, and immediately showed love to Cassiel. After Luna leaves, Nick tells Cassiel to move out, showing growing impatience with Cassiel. Nick finances Luna's attendance at her grandfather's birthday party. At the party, Nick still brought Cassiel along and was reprimanded by Nick's mother when she saw him, and Nick immediately took Luna to see his grandfather. Nick's mother thought to herself that it was rare for Nick to stop defending Cassiel, and then told Cassiel to get out. Nick's grandfather introduced Edward to them and told them to call Edward Jr., their elder. Nick greeted Edward and always thought he looked familiar, but just couldn't remember. Edward tells Luna to just call him like she used to, with ambiguity in his words. Edward laughed and said he was bound and determined to win the woman he had his eye on. At the dinner table, Edward kept teasing Luna. Luna can't take it anymore and asks to go to the restroom, with Edward following close behind. Edward follows Luna back to her room, And as soon as he enters, he quickly moves towards Luna with the intention of kissing her. Luna confronts Edward about his true identity, which Edward does not confess. Luna persuades Edward to leave, and he returns to the box to answer the phone, where he accidentally learns that she is pregnant. Returning to Luna's room, he affirms that the baby is his, but Luna argues that she is not pregnant. Luna was reluctant to admit to the pregnancy, thinking to herself that she shouldn't have messed with him in the first place. He wasn't something she could afford to mess with. After Edward's condescension, she eventually admits the fact. Nick witnesses a scene where Edward tries to kiss Luna, but luckily Edward is quick to react and makes up an excuse to cover it up. Luna discovers the sleeping pills Edward left behind and quietly puts them in Nick's water. After Nick falls asleep, Luna sits on the edge of the bed and has a private meeting with Edward. Ignoring the sleeping Nick, the two embraced each other deeply on the edge of the bed. In order to let the pregnant Luna rest better, Edward tenderly kissed her on the cheek before reluctantly leaving. As Luna lay in bed, Nick cuddled up and called out for his wife, and Luna shrugged off Nick's hand in disgust. In order to get closer to Nick, Cassiel works as a maid in Nick's house. Cahill deliberately moved Luna's chair to get back at her. Luckily, Edward held her up in time. Luna is disgruntled and also takes the opportunity to trip Cassiel. Nick wanted to pursue the matter of Luna tripping Cassiel, but Edward's words stopped Nick from pursuing the matter. Nick expressed his displeasure with Cassiel's behavior, and Cassiel decided to kidnap Nick to save him one more time as a way to win him back. Luna is discharged from the hospital at the end of her maternity checkup and discovers that Nick has been kidnapped. Since Nick still had a need to exist, she drove up and followed him. Gathering up the kidnappers, she opens the car door without finding Nick. Luna realizes that Nick is not in the kidnapper's car and pursues to learn Nick's location. When she arrives, Cassiel has already helped Nick untie the ropes, and Nick sarcastically comments that Luna is always trying to take credit for Cassiel. Luna realizes that Cassiel is behind this, only to be framed by Cassiel. She is reluctant to ignore it, but is viciously pushed by Cassiel as she descends the stairs. As she falls into a coma, Edward saves her. Luna woke up from her hospital bed, and the nurse instructed her that she needed to rest and protect the fetus. At that moment, Nick brought his grandfather to visit her, and Luna surprised Nick by revealing the good news of her pregnancy to him. Luna rounds out the story with a lie, and Grandpa goes home happy. Nick realizes that Luna is the one who saved him 8 years ago. He asks for the truth about the past, but it no longer matters to Luna, so she doesn't admit it. Nick feels remorse for his past behavior and kneels down to ask Luna for forgiveness, but he no longer matters in Luna's mind. Luna walks through the streets on a snowy night and remembers the tragic death of her mother on a snowy night. At this moment, Edward appeared like an angel and put on Luna's coat to give her warmth. The two looked at each other in the snowy night, their eyes filled with love for each other. Edward wonders why she stays with Nick when he has done this to her. Luna says that she can't repay the favor the Nick family has given her, and even though she likes Edward a lot, she rejects Edward's feelings. Luna left with tears in her eyes, and Edward looked at Luna's back with affection. After Luna is discharged from the hospital, Nick attentively serves him chicken soup he made, which Luna won't accept and hates him. Nick calls Luna's relatives over to ease their relationship, but the two men try to take advantage of Luna's pregnancy. Luna's aunt and cousin arrive at Nick's house, where Cassiel bursts in furious and is slapped by Luna's cousin. At this point, Nick also stops showing favoritism to Cassiel, and Luna learns that her cousin and the others have come to get Nick. Cahill spills the beans and chastises Nick for not defending her. Nick reveals the truth and confronts Cahill, revealing Cahill's true colors and deciding to break with her. The cousins and others decide to go after Luna's baby. Edward arrives at Nick's house disguised as a courier and tells Luna that her aunt and uncle purchased medication that was harmful to the fetus, but he has replaced it so it's safe to take. Edward just wanted to kiss Luna, and he admonished Luna that her cousin and others were not good people and told her to be careful. When he tried to kiss Luna again, Luna hurriedly pushed Edward away, and Nick showed up to ask Luna who she was talking to. Cahill bribes Luna's aunt and uncle with money to sneak into Nick's house. Pouring oil on the floor, she tried to cause Luna to miscarry. Luckily, Luna was not hurt, and the crowd noticed the abnormality on the floor. Cahill tries to leave quietly, but the crowd realizes that she is attempting to frame Rita. Rita argues with Cahill, and Nick informs the crowd that the police have been called and tells everyone to wait until the police arrive. Nick stops their argument and steps aside, instructing his men to pose as police officers to calm the situation. Luna passes by, followed by Nick, and is furious when he happens to overhear her talking to Edward. Nick angrily snatched the phone and warned the other party, then angrily smashed the phone on the ground. Contacting his subordinates, he learns that he can't find out anything about the other guy at all. Luna discovers that they are posing as police officers. Luna exposes the police impersonator, and Nick's subordinate claims that he did it because he took it upon himself to try to trivialize the situation, after which Luna calls the police herself. The police arrive to collect evidence and take Cassiel away. On this day, Luna was walking down the road after her maternity checkup and ran into Edward. When she gets into the car, Edward wraps his arms around her and kisses Luna. The scene is witnessed by Nick, who is following her, and Edward looks at him provocatively. Nick drives after them, but is blocked by a vehicle arranged by Edward, and Nick becomes enraged. Upon returning home, Nick is again provoked when he receives instructions from his grandfather to inquire about Luna's whereabouts. Nick angrily answers the phone and turns home after claiming that the inheritance and Luna will be his. Nick's grandfather ignores what he says to him. Grandpa accuses Nick of being rude and is scornfully mocked by Nick's mother. Luna returns home after staying out all night and is confronted by Nick. An argument breaks out and Luna slaps Nick disdainfully, enraging him with her words and telling Nick that she is just in love with someone else. Luna's words enraged Nick, who pinned Luna to the bed and tried to violate her. Just then, Nick's mom walks in and stops him, and he climbs up and leaves angrily, and the next day he puts Luna under house arrest. Nick decides to put Luna under house arrest and to spend the night in the room. While he goes to take a shower, Luna calls Edward. Edward uses a wire to pick the lock on the door to sneak into the house and plans to take Luna. After taking a shower, Nick came out and saw that Luna was happily holding Edward's hand tightly as she sped off on his motorcycle. Nick, in his bathrobe, hurried after him. The two escaped and snuggled happily together. Nick's subordinate lost Luna and was slapped by an angry Nick, guessing that the other party's power is greater than his own. Nick receives instructions from his grandfather to phone Luna to prepare to announce her pregnancy at an upcoming family dinner. After receiving a call from Nick and learning of the announcement of her pregnancy at the family dinner, Luna had to leave. Edward hugged her tightly, not wanting her to leave, and Luna kissed his cheek soothingly, because just this one last thing to do would pay off all the debts. Upon returning home, the crowd chided Luna for always staying out at night. The family dinner is held as scheduled, and Grandpa happily announces Luna's pregnancy in front of everyone. Rita, however, enters unclothed and crying. Rita accuses Nick of forcing her to have sex, which causes a lot of talk among those in attendance. Edward took the opportunity to produce evidence of Nick's cheating. That's when Nick showed up claiming that Rita had drugged him, and he shut Rita out before the want-down kicked in. Rita's mother took the opportunity to threaten Nick's grandfather, who had been coveting Luna's grandmother, to keep the police away. Rita grabs the evidence of Nick's infidelity and reveals Nick's true colors. Luna's uncle angrily blames his wife and daughters for all the wrong they have done and takes them away. Edward's true identity is revealed to be the president. He has helped Luna's father and uncle clear their names and can be released from prison. Luna admits that Edward is the father of her child, which provokes Nick's grandfather to have a stroke. Edward finds out the truth about Luna's family's bankruptcy, which was framed by Nick's grandfather. Luna and Edward overcome their difficulties and kiss happily.